Good day, everybody. I hope that you are well and that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 3 English lesson on synonyms. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with your username as well as your password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 3. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of synonyms. So our chapter is synonyms. Our subject is English language arts, grade 3. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on today under the chapter of synonyms is to choose the synonym, to say which sentence has the same meaning, and to find synonyms in context. All right. So synonyms, right? Synonyms are words with the same meaning, or we can say basically synonyms are words with almost the same meaning, right? So synonyms are either words with the same meaning or basically almost the same meaning. And if we look at an example of a synonym, we can, for example, say a synonym is, it's the same as saying dad and father. So dad or father, right? So for example, I can, like my dad, right? I can either call him dad or I can call him father, right? But the basically the meaning of what a dad is, what the father is basically the same, right? Because of the role that they take, right? As a father figure, as a dad, right? So basically the meanings is the same. I'm honestly not sure if we are getting a March break. Um, to be honest, I really don't know how the times or the calendar works in your country. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like I said, I really don't know how the calendar works in your country. I don't know when you are on a break or going on a break. Let's hope that you do get a break. I think that's that's the only thing I can answer because I don't know if you're gonna be on a break. I don't know your school timetable, or the calendar within your country. Because I'm from South Africa. So when is the break supposed to be? Because I really don't know. All right, so another example of a synonym, right, is like saying mom or mother, right? So the meaning of a mother or a mom is basically the same because I can sometimes either just call my mom or mommy or mom or mother, right? So basically, the role of a mother is the same of a mom as well as a mother, right? So we said that synonyms are words with the same meaning or basically almost the same meaning. Can you think of more synonyms, right? If you are, for example, happy, if you are, for example, happy, what is another word that can be the same as happy? Because we're trying to get more examples of synonyms, right? So my thing is like if, let's say, for example, mom and mother or dad and father, for example, are synonyms because the meanings are the same or almost the same, right? What do you think are more synonyms? Can you think of more synonyms? Or think of another word that you would use to describe somebody as being happy. Instead of saying the person is happy, what is another word you can use? Or noise. Think of another word for noise or another word for to start. What is another word when we say let's start? Or another word when we say let's end. Yes, so which means that if we either come, let's say maybe if we need to come to an end, something needs to come to an end, you can either say we can stop, yes, if you want, that can also be a word, or we can say conclude, right? That is also correct, right? So we can even use words like if something is bad, so if something is bad, we can definitely say something is terrible. Sorry. Yes, if it's big, we can say it is large. Noisy can be loud. If something is small, give me another word for small. Another word for small. So we have basically bad, it's like saying it's terrible, big, it's large. Something is noisy, we can also say it is loud. Something, if we say something had to come to an end, we can either say it has to conclude. We can say, yes, we can say if something is small, it can either be little or it can say it is tiny, right? So these are so far synonyms, right? It is words with either the same meaning or it's words with almost the same meaning, right? Yes, so if you're not happy, right? I am unhappy, then it means that you're sad, right? If I'm crying, what is another word for crying? We have quick, and then we have fast, that is correct, right? Unhappy and sad. If I am crying, right? Another word for crying can be sobbing, right? So if you're crying, then it means that you're sobbing, right? So unhappy means that you're sad. If you want to say you need to quick, like do something quickly, right? You must do it fast. If you're crying, another word for crying is sobbing. Something is bad, we can say something is terrible. Big and large. Noisy and loud. To end something is to conclude something. And we can say if something is small, then it is little. Yes, so even if you want to leave and then you exit. So leave, you exit. We can say one is single, right? We can even say in order for you to start, then you need to begin, right? So these are synonyms, right? These are words with the same meaning or it's words with almost the same meaning, right? We call them synonyms, right? And the fact that you have identified synonyms, it means that you already partially have an idea of what synonyms are, or you have an idea of what synonyms are. Yes, someone is ill, then they are sick, right? So you can either say, I'm not feeling so well, like I'm sick, or I'm not feeling so well, I'm ill, right? But whoever you are telling it to that I'm either ill or I'm either sick will know that you are not feeling well. Both of these words specifically means that you are not feeling well. If you say you're ill, somebody will know you're sick. If you say you're sick, somebody will know another word for sick is ill. And yes, we have stone and rock. Stone is actually more of a smaller version of a rock that is a more bit bigger, but that is correct. All right. So we say that these are all synonyms, right? And these synonyms are words with the same meaning or it's words with almost the same meaning. Yes, if I am upset, I can be extremely frustrated, you know? So that is also another synonym. Upset, frustrated, right? Because when you're upset, you are frustrated, right? All right, so now we're moving on. So well done. Well done, everybody. So now we once again said a synonym is a word that has a similar meaning to another word, or it has a closely related meaning to a word, right? So basically, all of the words that you guys gave, right? It's either it's got the same meaning, or it's got similar meaning, or it's got a closely related meaning to what that's the next word is, right? For example, if it is cold, right? So if it's cold, then instead of saying, oh, it is cold, right? You can say it is chilly, right? So it is cold, and you can say it is chilly. If you maybe want to say that something is funny, right? This movie was funny, then you can say it is humorous. If somebody's funny, you can say the person is humorous. Or if something is nice, we can say it is pleasant, right? And if something is yummy, we can say that that thing is delicious. So these are extra examples of what synonyms are. It is a word that has a similar meaning to another word, or that has a closely related meaning. So we call that synonyms, right? All right, so we call that synonyms. And here are a few more words, right? It's a bit big words also, but here are a few more words of synonyms, right? We can maybe just look at the ones that is more grade 3 friendly. Another word for angry, right? If somebody's angry or if I'm angry, I can say that I am mad, right? I am mad. If I admit to something, right? I admit that I took a bite from the candy, right? Then we can, that's the same as saying, I confess that I've done that. If you want to answer, then you can reply. So the same as we mentioned earlier on bad and terrible, we can even say awful and terrible. Begin something, we can start something. If you are brave, then you are courageous. Broad and wide, right? We said cold and chilly. To cut something is to chop it up. Dangerous and unsafe, and so on, right? These are all the synonyms. It is words either with the same meaning or words that have a similar, closely related meaning of one another or to another one. All right, so now we're going to our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca, and we're going to choose the synonym. And we said that synonyms are words with the same meaning, or it is words with almost the same meaning. And we made an example of dad and father, right? So dad and father. And then we can just think back of all the examples that we made earlier, right? Where we said it is either frustrated, where you are sad, where you are sick, right? Those were all synonyms to one another. We say one single stone rock, sad, unhappy, and so on, right? All right, so now let's go to our test. All right, so now we need to say which word is the synonym of unhappy. So, which word is basically the same as, or almost the same as saying, I am unhappy? If you are unhappy, right, does it mean that you're sad or you are hungry? If you're unhappy, are you sad or hungry? So, we need to choose the correct synonyms of unhappy. If you're unhappy, does it mean you're sad or hungry? All right. So which word is a synonym of happy, right? And a word that is a synonym of unhappy, sorry, is when you are unhappy, you can say that you are sad. All right. So sad and sad is correct, right? And sad is correct. So well done. Sad is correct. If you're unhappy, you are sad. Which word is a synonym of pretty? Something is pretty or someone is pretty. Does it mean that they are awful or they are beautiful? Pretty. Yes, so if you're unhappy, you are sad, right? If you're unhappy, you are sad. But now, when you are pretty, synonym of pretty, is it awful or is it beautiful? The first option or the second option? All right. So if we say that the word is somebody, if we can say somebody or something is pretty, then we can say somebody or something can say that it is beautiful. Because pretty is the same as saying it is beautiful. It can be a thing or it can be a person. So the same as pretty, it means beautiful. So which word is a synonym of larger? Larger. If something is larger, is something bigger or is something smaller? Larger. So the word that is synonym to larger, is it bigger or is it smaller? All right, and if we choose the synonym of larger, we can say something is larger, it is bigger. All right, if something is small, the synonym of small, if something is small, is the thing or person sick or tiny. Small, sick or tiny. So small, another meaning or the same meaning as small. Same meaning as small, is it sick or is it tiny? All right, and if we choose a synonym of small, we can say it is tiny. Something is small, then it is tiny, or we can say it is little, right? All right, so now we're going to say which sentence has the same meaning. So we need to say which sentence has the same meaning. So we're going to choose the same meaning of a specific word within a sentence. So now we need to say which sentence has the same meaning. So we're going to look at the word in bold, and then we're going to try to find the word with the same meaning. So tiny, right? So it says a snake is covered with many tiny scales that help it slither around. We need to find the synonym or the meaning that is similar to tiny. What is a word that is similar to tiny? A word that is similar to tiny. Because it says a snake is covered with many tiny scales that help it slither around. So a snake is covered with many tiny scales that help it slither around. And if we look at another word, or we find another word that is the same as tiny, we can say small. Oopsie. Right? So another word for tiny is small. So another word for tiny is small. And small is correct. Now we're going on to the next one. It says, our new dishwasher makes a strong noise. Makes a strong noise when you push the start button. So we now need to give the word that is the same as or almost the same as or similar than or similar to noise. So we need to find the word that's similar to noise. Our new dishwasher makes a strange noise when you push the start button. Noise. All right. So basically, the same as the word that is the same as noise, we can say it makes a strange sound. Because remember, they say when you push the start button, then it makes a strange noise. So it makes a strange sound. So well done. Sound is correct. The sound is correct. And the last one says, I let Cody borrow my hammer last week and now it's gone. We need to find another word of the word, another word that has a similar meaning to the word gone. All right, and another word for gone is missing. So well done. Missing is correct. So basically, these are words that has the same meaning, right? So we can say that small is a synonym of tiny, or tiny is a synonym of small. Sound, synonym of noise or noise of sound. And gone is a synonym of missing or missing is gone, right? So these are sentences and meanings or words basically with the same meaning, right? So well done. Well done. So now we're going to find synonyms in context. We're going to find synonyms in context, right? It's basically the same as us still finding a word that is similar or basically the same as the word that we're either going to have in bold or underline, right? Then you just basically find the synonym or select the synonym of that word. So basically, a sentence will be given, two words will be synonyms to one another. So we're going to have to identify that words within the sentences. So we are not saying, is your ice cream cone bigger than mine? I want the larger one. So we need to decide which word is a synonym of the word bigger. All right, so is your ice cream cone bigger than mine? I want the larger one. We need to choose the synonym of the word bigger. It's also within that sentence or the next sentence. All right. So a word that is the same as or similar to or almost the same as the word bigger, right? And then we can choose the word larger. So as you can see, within basically still within the same sentence, or let's say the next sentence, right? They are giving us the synonyms. So we have bigger, and then we have another word which is same as bigger is larger. So well done. Larger is correct. All right. We need to find the word, or let's say the synonym of the word sad. Of the word sad. It says Yoshi was sad when his team lost the baseball game. His coach was unhappy too. We need to find the words that's the same as sad. So sad, another word for sad. So the word sad. We need to basically find the synonym of the word sad. Yoshi was sad when his team lost the baseball game. Now, here we need to choose a synonym of that word sad. His coach was unhappy too. All right, so the synonym of sad, if somebody is sad, we can say that they are unhappy. So if somebody's sad, we can say that they are unhappy. They are not happy, they are unhappy. Right? So well done. Unhappy is correct. Right? And then we can also say, I think peacocks are beautiful birds. Parrots are really pretty too. So beautiful, we need to find the synonym of beautiful. Someone or something being beautiful. Another word for something or someone that is beautiful within the sentence. All right, so the word the same as beautiful, we can say that it is pretty, right? It is pretty. All right, so now we can go on to our test, right? Where we are going to find the synonyms in context. So we need to select the synonym of the word in bold, right? So the word in bold is end. This game, this card game feels like it will never end. It will be, I will be so happy when we finish this round. So we need to find the word that is the same as end. Is it finish or is it found? Finish or found. So end, what is another word that's the same as end? Is it finish or is it found? So we need to say, so if we look at the word end, right? And then we can say it is finish. So end and finish is basically the same. And yet it says, although the story was sad, so although the story was sad, Cora still liked it. She was unhappy when it ended because she wanted to read more. So we need to find the word within context that also means sad. Somebody's sad. Are they unhappy or are they happy? So if they are sad, are they unhappy or are they happy? All right. So the word that is the same as or the synonym of sad, we can say it is unhappy. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on synonyms, right? We said synonyms are words with the same meaning or it is words with almost the same meaning, right? And we made a few examples of synonyms, right? Like sad and unhappy, mom, dad, mom, mother, dad, father, right? Pretty, beautiful. That was a few examples that we made of synonyms, right? We also spoke about synonyms in context, right? Where we had to identify the synonyms within each sentence. All right, but that is the end of our lesson, grade 3. Thank you very much for joining our class. Thank you very much for interacting. And I really hope that you're going to have a good weekend further. Goodbye.